Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more City Skylines Mass Transit in our new Ravenna miniseries. So, take a close look at the highways in front of you, because I kind of did a thing. I kind of did a really big, obnoxious, annoying, hour-long thing. Well, no, it didn't take that long. But I really struggled to do this kind of on camera, so I finally got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to work through this. I told you at some point in the series I was going to go tunnel crazy, and I definitely went tunnel crazy. But I also added some additional ramps to this system. The main objective being, and this is a save shortly after I finished work on this, just I saved it, and then I wanted you to be able to see some of the changes that I made. So these are the traffic jams that I wanted to address. And I ended up doing a lot more than just that, because I wanted to add to the off-ramp system and basically give traffic traveling on these freeways additional options for getting on and off the road. First of all, I just want to note really quickly, I made a roundabout right there at the end of that highway so people that are going all the way down can turn around. Not that they're going to use it, they're going to get off and get on where they need to, but just for the sake of completion and not having something unfinished, I went ahead and did that. But let's start with our crazy spiderweb spaghetti intersection that's gotten even crazier and spaghettier and spiderwebbier. So you might recall that originally this ramp was going around and then it was hitting the freeway right about there. There's now a new side road that drops off traffic at a couple of different locations in addition to intersecting with this off-ramp here that is getting off in the industrial section, or the beginning of this industrial section. So that gives cars coming from this direction the ability to literally hop straight across without getting on the freeway. Also, you'll notice I added a ramp here that gives people coming from this direction the ability to get right up on that new ramp, so they can actually get off way early and be off the freeway by the time they, decide they want to get to here, or even here. And then, of course, cars can continue to go this direction as well. So there's a couple different ways for cars that definitely want to go this direction, you'll still see people getting off at this exit. But there are some additional changes as well. You might notice that I did a second forked road going right next to this one. And the advantage there is that it's still dropping people off on the freeway, heading that direction like we were before. But it's letting traffic off after this point, which is really, really important. So any traffic that would have been getting on here that would have gotten caught in this jam of people getting off there will now actually be carried over that point, and they'll get on after that jam even starts. So there's also, as you can see, I did a bunch of side roads here and off and on points for those, and I'll get to the tunnels in just a second. But this gives people the ability, rather than, if they want to travel quickly between these spots, gives people the ability, rather than getting on the freeway, to just hop over. They can even get on this additional, they can get over to this additional section, this, to Barlow Hills essentially, without actually getting on the freeway. There's this side road, so it just gives people additional options for getting off and on. Now over here I added the option for cars to actually, hang on, now I'm looking at this, there's still not a means for cars coming from this direction. I thought I added that, but I didn't. There's still not a means for cars coming from that direction to kind of get off on this part of the freeway. This is one of the downsides of the changes that I made. Now, they can get off here, obviously, but I want people to be able to get off sooner from this direction. So maybe, just maybe, can we do a quick tunnel? Hang on, let's do this. I'll show you the tunnel system that I made more broadly in just a minute. But let's see. There we go. No, the slope is not too steep. Don't lie to me, game. This is the challenge. The eternal challenge of going tunnel crazy in this game. It's a lot of fun. Because again, you can do infinite kind of tunnel roads and give your citizens new ways to get around that aren't necessarily possible in real life. I mean, they're possible, but you would have to... You can't just dig tunnels like this freely. Obviously, in real life, it's a little bit different. So, now let's see. If I took you about this direction, yeah, this is going to be challenging. That tunnel actually has to start a little bit sooner. So what I'm going to do is have it start here. Now it should go to right about there. It shouldn't be intersecting with anything though, because it's just, oh no, I know why it's intersecting. Well, the best way to do it might be to go ahead and have the tunnel start way back here and have it go underneath. So that's what I'm going to do. As much as I wasn't thinking that initially, yeah, this will work. This will work. This will actually do what I wanted to do. So we're going to have this thing go like here or so, and then have it come up and intersect, hopefully. Maybe. Sorry, I thought all this work was done before the episode started, but no, there's always something more. These roads. Will you let me bulldoze the underground? Thank you, I appreciate that. All right. I am on the struggle bus tonight, y'all. I am not even going to lie about it. I say tonight. I'm recording this at night, but you guys are going to see this in the morning. Getting this done has been a bitch and a half. No! Why would you curve? Why would you do that crazy curve? Why would you even... Why? Why? Doesn't make any sense. All right, so we definitely know that the tunnel's in the right spot. Let's go ahead and break it off completely, and let's try this one more time. Because we want the tunnel to be able to intersect quickly with this road. Well, one thing we could do, actually, along those lines, is actually have it do something like... Yeah, something like this. Perfect. And that lets people get off on that off-ramp. It's the same off-ramp that cars coming from this direction on the freeway will get off. But then, again, there's different ways for the traffic to split to where it won't be too crazy, hopefully. So, anyway, what I want to do is actually just unpause the game and let you see how things look. Let me show you the rest of the tunnel system so you know what else I did really quickly. So, I know this looks a little bit nuts, but there's a method to all of the madness. First of all, I wanted to just give a standard way for cars getting off here to be able to get over to this side. This would normally be an overpass, the way that we've done in the past, but there just wasn't room for it, so I did a tunnel instead. And then what I decided to do was you have this tunnel, which is... Actually, hang on, I'm looking at this thinking, why did I build it that way? Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is a new side road. We added all these side roads, right? So this is a way for people to actually get off onto this side road this direction. And then there's a kind of a breakaway tunnel that goes over to the other side of the interstate. And as well, there is a tunnel that breaks off here and lets people, it goes way around crazily, but it lets people get on the interstate the opposite direction and actually get, again, into Barlow Hills. So what I'm going to do, it's nuts, but you can do this in City Skylines. And it's pretty cool what happens. So this traffic jam is going to clear up pretty quickly. And also, if we... Yes, I know there's a new building. The harbor, in fact. And we'll look at that later. So you can already see a ton of traffic using my tunnels. Like a ton. A legit ton. And you're starting to see cars filter off of the freeways pretty quickly. Yes, I know. There are new buildings. It's great. I appreciate it. And this traffic jam is already clearing up. You're starting to see cars move a lot more smoothly now that they have ways to access different parts of the city they're trying to get to. Plus, again, there are traffic jams that might form on the side roads, and now it looks like there's a little bit of an issue here, but it might just be a moving thing. Ah, there's even a traffic jam forming where this tunnel is intersecting with the freeway, so we'll have to see how long this lasts. This could be development related, or I might want to actually give people additional ways to get off here as well. Because again, that's helped over here. I mean, look at how great the traffic is in this area because I've given people so many options for getting on and off the freeway. Now, it's piling up a little bit there, but that's on the side road. Again, this is all on the side road. People that want to go straight through just stay on the freeway, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So now there is a little bit of a backup here, so it looks like there might be an additional need over here. I might even make this like a 2-lane road for a bit to let additional cars pile up. Actually, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's make that a 2-lane, one-way road, just so cars going both directions can take advantage of that. Let's see if they actually do. Yeah, that helped a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Anyway, so we did that. This is episode 12 of the new Ravenna miniseries, and I've mentioned that this was originally going to be a 10-episode miniseries, and we've done more. Oh, one more thing I need to do. I appreciate this feedback, because I was not aware of this. But for trains, you need to have stops just the same as you have... you need to just the same as you have stops for like bus lines and metro lines. I didn't know that. I thought the tracks just were used automatically. Again, the SimCity player and me was just kind of going from that route. So we have a just a standard train station here, we're going to create a line that goes over to this train station. And then we can't actually have it go any farther, can we? Unless we, yeah, we can complete line, there we go. And then if we can create a line here. There we go, create a new line. Add stop. Complete line. Okay, so that'll actually have trains that travel between this section and that section. Now, at the end of the last episode, I also pointed out that we can buy an additional plot of land nearby, so we're going to buy that one. And one of the first things that I want to do, and I can't believe I didn't think about this last episode, but one of the first things that I want to do is actually, since we've had some trash issues over here, that can be pretty easily solved by extending one of the roads. Now, which road should I extend? Should it be maybe one of the bigger ones? Yeah, it should probably be this one, I imagine. This is where the trash issue has been, after all. But we can actually have this. Maybe it can even be a tunnel. Yeah, it should be a tunnel. That's totally what it should be. Again, going tunnel crazy. Not regretting it whatsoever. No, I don't want to intersect that. Well, I suppose I could, and then I could do a tunnel after that. Nah. Alright, so bridge is going to be better. Space already occupied. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to do an intersection leading into a bridge like that. We're going to have to do a bridge sooner. Unfortunately. And we'll come back in a second and see how the traffic on the interstate's doing, because it's still going to take a while to completely filter out. But I've got the game paused for now while I work on... While I work on building an additional garbage area. We want it to be nice, too. That's the other thing. Okay, good. That'll work. That will work. Now, for now, let's just have this thing go literally straight over the intersection. Or the interstate, rather. And this is just going to be a road for garbage trucks. Now, speaking of that, we want the garbage trucks to come from way off. Like, we don't... Well, I guess we can have them... Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and let's do something a little bit different than that plan. So first of all, we need to get this road down to ground level. And then we want to have the road roughly running alongside the interstate. Like so. Not that long. And we'll move these later on, but the point is just to have some trash collection that's a little bit closer to these residents. We'll move these later if we have to, but that will solve the trash problems over here, or at least it should. Now, do those need to be watered? No, they don't. That's the beautiful thing about dumps. They just work without water or power. We've got trash collectors heading across the bridge already, and that's going to be pretty perfect for dealing with trash from that area. Now, that reminds me, when I loaded up the save before I started working on the roads, there was another landfill that I forgot to stop emptying. Those are the ones that were sitting there, and the pollution is slowly going away, which is quite nice. Another thing I think I would like to go ahead and do is continue to peel back the extent to which these are all industrial areas. So I'm going to go ahead and D-zone here. And I know I've got some service buildings here. I think we have the, yeah, it's a police station and what's that, just a medical clinic or a firehouse there. We're going to go ahead and put offices next to those. And then I also want to go ahead, got a park there, which is nice. Let's go ahead and completely D-zone this and replace both of these with office zones. And then we're going to D-zone you. So the original industrial section just got substantially reduced. Now those buildings will start to disappear now that I've dezoned it, which means my income will go down a little bit, but not that much. We want to start reducing how much pollution the city's generating. So how is our traffic doing now that we've implemented some changes? I don't see any more pileups on the actual freeways. And then let's take a look also at, I've got it paused so we just see a snapshot of the cars in the tunnels. You can definitely see a large number of cars moving through here. There's still a little bit of traffic in this situation. And I'm curious as to why.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future.
Okay, hang on.
Should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
All right, so we've got everyone. So there's only one shelter that's currently taking citizens. We haven't done an additional shelter. Let's see if we can build another one really quickly. Lord knows we have the money for it. Again, this series has shown a lot more natural disaster stuff. So, well, no, not a lot more. We've done some of the mass transit stuff, and I want to do the canal over the next episode or two. But what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's see. Can I do an additional one right next to that? Yes, I can. All right, that's not ideal, though. You can hear the radio towers functioning. So I guess another thing that I should do is I should have some additional shelters like over here. That would be ideal. So let's go ahead and build some in since this is relatively new. Let's build some shelters near the nuclear power plants. Space already occupied. You're lying to me. Can I refund that? Yeah, I can. We're not going to get full money for it, but that's okay. I'm rich. Okay, so whatever reason, it doesn't let you put them straight across from one another. So what we'll do instead is we'll have, how many of these? They can hold 10,000. So now we've got more than enough. So we've got 2 there. And tell you what, just so that we have overflow and plenty of room. Also, is the radio completely covering the city? Yes, it is. It's not covering those buildings, but they'll be okay. All right, so now let's see what happens. We've ordered everyone to get to the shelters. Wait. Don't tell me they're not powered. They're powered. You're a dirty liar, game. Thank you. They're definitely powered. Okay, so now you can see there's the Meteor. Oh, that's going to hit the... That's actually going to hit the radio tower, or is it? No, it's going to hit right there in Old Town. Crap. Oh, man!
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
We just got wrecked. Alright, so we definitely... Hang on, let's pause for a second, do some bulldozing. Actually, wait, can this be... Disaster response unit. Alright, so I guess we need to go ahead and build one of those really quickly. We haven't built one yet, which is technically bad. This is a massive complex, too, whenever you have a disaster response unit. So if we have it... Oh, we can actually put it... Oh, it'll fit! It fits perfectly in that space. Alright, let's do it then. So that's the disaster response unit. And it is powered, and we can go ahead and get rid of some of the power lines in this area now as a result. But let's have the disaster response unit go ahead and kick in. Now, it's going to search some of that area. Okay, good. So can we rebuild this? Not quite yet. This stuff has to be searched for survivors. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. See, this is me still learning about some of the recent expansion stuff. I mentioned in episode 1 that all of this is kind of new to me, but this is legitimately awesome. Now, there's some fire trucks going to take care of that fire, and hopefully there can be some going there as well. Ready for rebuilding. So what do I click to rebuild it? I suppose that'll just rebuild on its own. Okay, so citizens are still in shelters. Let's see, how many people are in here? Does this say? Citizens in shelters, 0. So it doesn't look like many people actually got to the shelters. What about to the other 2? Nobody actually got to the shelters. Interesting. All right, now what's going on here? Oh, of course. So we've got some of the city is unpowered as a result of that. That should be easily resolved. Hang on. Are you going to connect? Yes, you are. Very good. Okay, so what do we do to rebuild? There we go. So that can be rebuilt. That's nice that that's back. Man, that took out a huge section of our highway and everything. And it's also weird, too, because there's no lights there. It's actually kind of hard to see how things look. We'll see a little bit more, I guess, once the sun rises. But what is this? Why ready for rebuilding? So can I... Do I bulldoze it? Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Ready for rebuilding. Once demand for zone is up. Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, so here is the... Now we need to level this. And the terrain leveling stuff is not something I'm as familiar with, but we have a giant crater here that needs to be dealt with. In the middle of, like, our old town. Man, that thing hit at the worst possible place. Alright, well... How the freeway's doing? They're good, with the exception of this one. Causing a little bit of a traffic jam, but still not bad. Still not bad. I mean, there's still... The flow is so much better. You can see people using all the ramps. Generally, things are much more split up, which is technically... I was thinking about this a while ago. It's kind of the way things are. Hang on, 1 second. I guess for the roads, I would just need to go ahead and bulldoze. There's not going to be survivors on roads. But it's technically... It's, you know, the way things are, you know, in actual... city designs is when you have a highway going through a city, there's a bunch of off-ramps. There's not just one or two, and that's one of the things you have to do in city skylines. And I've never thought about it that way, but again, it's a pretty, you know, it's a pretty realistic city simulator. And playing it for YouTube has definitely made me think in a couple of ways that I didn't before, just playing for fun, which I enjoy a lot. So let's go ahead and first of all, we need, this is a road with trees, but this road actually is a 2-laner, so how is this connected to... Okay. Alright, there's that. Same thing over here. Let's get it slowly rebuilt. Was not expecting to be doing this much rebuilding in an episode, but that's what meteor strikes do to you, man. Let's see. So we need to get that curve going again. Hang on. And what's this? Oh, the bus lines are messed up. Because the roads are gone. So maybe, just maybe when I replace the roads, everything will be okay. Did that fix it? Nope. I'm going to have to redo some bus stops. Frustrating. Very frustrating. And then this road was curving way around to that road, so we're going to have to delete that so we can get the curve exactly right. But let's see, I think you were actually coming straight here as well, right? Yeah, you were. Alright, so let's see how this will work best. No, it's going to be more like that. Oh, man. I do not remember. Maybe this road wasn't curving all the way. I can't remember like where the curve was anymore. I know that these two curved here and there, so we might as well do that while I'm looking at it. No, that's not quite right. Yeah, something like that, and then something like that. Okay, so that's rebuilt. And then let's go ahead and have this intersection done again as well. There we go. We need to get the highway too, but we're not quite there yet. There's actually a bunch of cars there just sitting. What are you doing? Oh, they're getting ready to turn around. All right, let's get the highway rebuilt in the middle of the city so that that's no longer an issue. This is going to be a little bit more challenging, but we're gonna try it nonetheless. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's not going to work in quite the same way. We're going to have to snake it, I think, the way we did before. Let's go ahead and bring you down as close as we can to the edge of the road. I think that's as far as the other one goes too. Yes, it is. So now it's just a matter of... Let's see. Nope, not quite. Did we... How do we do this the first time? I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of annoyed that we had a meteor strike, because I had other stuff I wanted to do this episode. And that has completely derailed me. Life is what happens when you're busy making plans, right? Alright, that is ugly as hell. And there was never that... Oh yeah, that's right. You know what we need to fix? That's what it is. Hang on, before we do any of this mess, there is this whole problem of a crater to deal with in the area. So, now if I want to... Alright, so with secondary mouse button, click and drag with primary mouse button to paint the area you wish to level. So I guess we want it to be level with this. And then we want it to be definitely a large brush. There we go. So removing any kind of slope as a result. Okay, that makes sense. That works for me. Alright, so we've mostly taken care of the crater. There's still a giant burn mark on the ground. But let's go ahead and rebuild the roads. And tell you what, let's start with the highway. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do that. That's much better. And then maybe the roads will cooperate and do something similar. Maybe. Might be asking for too much. That was a fun little disaster, right? Alright, so... No, of course it won't work. Of course there's some reason that it's going to be difficult. Snap to angle, perhaps? Yeah, tell you what. Let's try from this direction first. Now see, that's what I wanted you to do. That looks great. Now let's just get the other road to do that and I'll be happy. That's all I want, man. Alright, so... you need to come up to... where are you exactly? Here? No. Let's just go ahead and get rid of you. Go away. I don't need you. You're making my life more difficult. All of you are. I'm going to come from the opposite direction. For whatever reason, this is proving much more difficult than last time. I'm just going to do that. It's not very pretty, but it doesn't matter that much. It's not as perfect as it was before, but guess what? I don't care. So, this was all commercial before. Let's go ahead and restore that. And then, yeah, we want some commercial stuff there as well. Now, what was going on here is the question. I don't recall. I'm guessing we had commercial to... hang on, let's have it snap back to angle. I guess we had commercial to about here. That makes sense. And then light commercial zoning in that area, as well as there. And then I suppose maybe the road went like that. And then it seems like a couple of these are the wrong type, so let's fix that. Okay, aside from bus routes not being completely fixed, looks like we're back in business. So where are you specifically? What's your issue? Oh. Okay, I think that fixed it. Okay. Problem solved. Do we still have power problems? Looks like there's starting to be the beginnings of power problems, so maybe another solar power plant. Just because they've worked well for us so far. Must be placed roadside, huh? Alright. Another one roadside then. Oh, they're at different levels. Nice. So we've got a nice little solar farm going. Actually, don't we have access to nuclear power now? No, not just yet. We need 50,000 for that, but we're getting close. Let's keep this episode going a little while longer, because that took forever and a day. And hang on. There's still this road to deal with. Where did you go? I don't recall. That's right. Weren't you running right in front of this thing? I think I remember where you went. Let's see if we can do this. Yep. Perfect. All right, that's where you were going to go, and then we need to rezone you. I can't recall if there's anything else there. I think we're just going to leave that be, though. So Strawberry Street has been restored. Holy crap, guys. Was not expecting that whatsoever. So, what else can we do? We've got plenty of money. What kind of buildings can we build? Have we built a sauna yet? I believe we have. We built one over there. How are we doing on hospital coverage? 6 citizens, 304. Health heal capacity, 600. Cemetery usage. We have plenty of capacity in terms of our cemeteries. We still have a lot of dead people over here. I'm not quite sure why that is. I suppose we can do a cemetery in this area-ish. Now, let's just do one right there. That would make a lot of those people happy, and there seem to be dead people in that area, so let's go ahead and fix that problem. Let's also take a look at... Alright, so are we good on disaster response now? We've got the earthquake detector. We can build the weather radar. We can build a deep space radar. Oh, that's really cool. So hang on, what else can we add? I think our earthquake detector's there underneath the freeway. I didn't realize we built an overpass over, but there it is. So why don't I go ahead and have the weather radar right next to it. And then deep space radar takes a little bit more to build, so we're going to put it back here. When we put it... Distance too short. Don't lie to me, game. I just want to extend the road a bit. That's all I want to do. That's all I'm asking for. Not complicated. So if we do a deep space radar, that would help us predict future meteor strikes and also maybe know where they're going to strike. Yep, the area of impact and size of the meteor that's coming right for us. Good to know. And then hopefully citizens will actually use shelters next time. Now, of course, we haven't done... I don't think we've set up actual escape routes. How do we do that exactly? Fire helicopter depot. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that there was a fire helicopter depot. That's good to know. So maybe have one near the police helicopter depot, or even better, let's have one over here. Our old... Oh, wait, what happened here? Why is that road just gone? I don't even recall why that road doesn't exist, but let's go ahead and fix that. There's also an area that's not zoned. Maybe there was something there that I destroyed and forgot to fill that in. That's okay, though. But yeah, let's go ahead and do the fire helicopter depot, like... yeah, there is fine. And it is powered and watered, looks like. Excellent. So that'll be cool to have. Oh, however, the space telescope is not watered. Let's fix that problem. There we go. Problem solved. Not too shabby. Now, there is some decent residential demand. How do you still have garbage problems, city? Oh, that's why. There's a bunch of trucks still trying to get in here. I suppose one thing I could do... Hang on, let's take a quick look at this road. And then we want to look at junctions and... Let's see, I suppose, yeah, an actual red light would be good there. I'm surprised there's not red lights everywhere in here. Wouldn't that make life a lot easier? Let's just put red lights in. Why wouldn't there be? Along that central road there. Alright, so that's why they still have garbage problems, is these guys are taking their sweet time getting in. Now, one way we could fix that is have a side road where they could travel... where they could kind of split off and go down the different roads, but I think I'll keep it as is for now, and they should be okay garbage-wise. Alright, incinerators are alright. Well, incineration status is actually kind of crappy, but that's, I think, on account of this area, so it should get better. We have the large plant that's working through those problems as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that over the next episode or two to see whether or not that actually improves. So yeah, that was definitely a trial by fire, if I've ever seen one. I do not... I have a newfound respect for the disaster mechanics in the game that were added in the Natural Disasters expansion. Really, really like it. It just caught me off guard. All right, so we've got lots of high schools. These are our high schools. And it says we still have... I mean, we're just below capacity. And elementary school-wise, we're just below capacity. So we technically would need another elementary school. Maybe when we start building more residential zones, like out this direction, we'll do more in that regard. But for now, I think we're okay. Then university-wise, we're well below capacity. We're okay. Making a good amount of money. We do, however, again, need to start adding additional things. So let's tell you what, before I end this episode, because we had that issue with the, Meteor, and, you know, not necessarily in a rush to end this, especially because we haven't done much in the way of these yet. So if we want to do a canal, let's see what our options are. And this is another thing I'm going to be completely new to. So flood walls, you can use to control the water. Quay, or quay if you're American. Use quays to give waterfront a nice finish. Shallow canals. They accept only a small amount of water. A medium canal. A deep canal. Canals automatically create pathways that ferries can use. Well, that's the idea. And then wide, shallow canal. So how wide is this? I can't quite see what the difference is there. I guess, yeah, these are definitely wider. Wide, deep canal. I do kind of want a wide one, to tell you the truth. And then the question is, how far do we want it to go? Do we want it to go, like, all the way down this direction? Do we want it to go just here like before, and then maybe the opposite direction as well? There's different options how we could look at this. Let's go ahead and unpause. I'll put it on speed 1 while I think about this. How's the traffic looking, by the way? Looking great. All right, well, tell you what. I'm going to think a little bit about what exactly I want to do with the canal. I know I said I would do a little bit more, but we are at the 37-minute mark, so I guess I should probably stop here. I want to add the canal in the next episode, and we might additionally kind of extend it out that direction as the city crosses over and starts to develop over here. I do want to have actual buildings here soon as well, so we're going to have the city on both sides of the river, which is going to be really cool. But it seems like our industrial buildings are happy now that Barlow Hills is in business. It seems like these roads are all being used. It seems like the tunnels, again, let's go underground and look at, yeah, this is the only one that's having a little bit of problems. And it's just because it's so busy. There's so many people wanting to use that particular tunnel. So which one exactly is that? Yeah, it's folks that are just getting off here that want to get onto the interstate later on. So one thing I can actually do, if there's so many cars there, before I end this episode, let's have a little bit of tunnel madness, right? And let's extend this one. No, I want you to stay down. That's fine. That's good. It's saying space already occupied. Game's a dirty liar. So what we'll do is we'll build it here. And then we're going to have it come all the way out, let's say to here. And then we can, actually no, we can't quite do it to there. Why do you do this to me? I'm clearly wanting to bulldoze what I just built underground. Let me bulldoze that. Now one thing I need to do is bring this thing up a little bit more. So, hang on. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that would be an issue, but I guess that road is a little bit close. So what we need to do is either bulldoze one side of this road, which we can do. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get rid of this road here, which isn't needed, really. And then we will go ahead and have this intersect. Perfect. So now that traffic jam should be solved. It'll give people the opportunity just to get into this tunnel and then do this number. Yeah, it was people getting on here mainly, so now they can just go straight that direction if they would like to for whatever reason. So people might not even use that as much anymore. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, we're 40 minutes in. That meteor really threw me off. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. In the next one, we are going to continue to expand here. We're going to continue to expand here. I actually would like to add a bunch of new zones next episode because we have so much money to do it with. So this is the next episode, if there's no disasters that strike, and we're a little bit more prepared for them now, it'll be focused on just doing a whole bunch of new grid work and figuring out where some of the new... Oh, look at the... are these cargo or passenger trains? Oh, they're passenger trains. How many people are on them? 240 on that one. Or 0 of 240. 0 of 240, so maybe not a whole lot of people. 35 on that one, that's not bad. So there are some people using the trains. And we still haven't done any of the monorail bus or monorail train merge stuff as well. So there's just things to do constantly in each episode, which I really, really enjoy. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every other day. Hey, I got it right that time. At 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.